Continuing our coverage here at the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show and talking to all of our sponsors of the Key West Poker Run. Tim Gallagher is Sales and Marketing Manager for MTI, that's Marine Technology Inc., out of Missouri, and they have got a great show here at Fort Lauderdale. Tim, you got some new boats here, and you've got some newer versions of the boat that we all have gotten to know as that SV42. Tell us about the one we're on. Let's get started there.
We are standing in a almost 3-week-old 42V for one of our European clients that also has a place here in Miami, Aventura area. Existing, current, many time over MTI client, and he's decided to make the switch from our catamarans into our SV42 line here. So,
quad 400s got to be pretty stout on speed. What's the performance of this boat with four?
The owners run it up to according to the GPS there, 79.1.
Not bad.
So he's having a ball with it. This boat's already been down through the Keys a bit at 50, 60 mile an hour cruise at a mile to the gallon. So,
nice.
You know, he's been all over with it and loving it.
I think what everyone is blown away by in these boats is the styling inside, the way that the interior is laid out, the cockpit, the impressive helm with all the carbon fiber, 3 screens, but the double bolsters too, 3 across, and bench seating in the back. So combining that with the front seating, once again, you don't have to leave anybody at home, and I think that's what people are liking about these center consoles.
No, it sure is, and everybody gets a good ride.
Right.
You know, traditionally you got your performance boat with 2 people up front, a bench seat for 3 in the back. The people in the back seat, really, no matter what they tell you, they're not enjoying the ride.
No.
But with a stadium seating like this, the driver, obviously he's got a great ride, but his 5 other friends that are right next to him, everybody's got the same view, the same ride, and the same enjoyment out of the day.
How do you develop that styling in the paint? Do you work ahead of time with your own in-house people, or do you work with outside designers? How does that all come together?
We have an artist full-time.
Okay.
So we can do it via email, back and forth, do the paint renderings. But a lot of our clients like to come into the factory and sit right in our office and do the design of the boat.
Right.
And that way, you leave that day, you've got a rendering in hand, you've got a paint sample in hand, an upholstery sample in hand, so you really know what you're getting and you can put your input really into it and get what you want.
Let's segue over to this new 34 Cat that you've built. What do you call it? How did you power it? And how did this come together? Because I think it's only the second one you've built.
That's correct. This is this Black Diamond as Express, as it's known. It's hull number 2 in our 34 line. The first one's a red and white boat, which is our company demo, and we'll run that on the FBC Poker Run and have that sitting right out front of the Conch Republic.
Sure.
His crew will run this new 34 down alongside his 52.
Yes.
And it's themed like his big boat is, with the headlights grafted in, the scallops in the hull sides, and just the automotive theme and the fully wrapped dash.
Yes.
But what's going to surprise people most is when you're sitting at the lunch stop and you see this boat pull up next to his 52 and start filling it with 116.
Oh, really?
Got a second set of fuel tanks in this boat so he can bring his own race fuel and not have a fuel concern on his big boat.
So he's actually going to pump fuel. It's a support boat.
It's a support boat, Stu.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, I've heard everything.
The next level of poker runs.
Wow, that is something else. Well, you know, coming from the camp which it was created, yes, I can understand that, because they've been in the club a while and they're always one-upping themselves with new design ideas. So clearly, let's talk about Key West. Then you're bringing your new 34 Cat, and I haven't seen it yet. I'm sure it's real pretty. I think I saw a rendering of it. Have you had a chance to run the boat much, and how does it ride?
Our test boat has over 40 hours on it now. We put it in the water right before the shootout at Lake of the Ozarks in August.
Sure.
I brought it down to Florida about a month ago, did another poker run on the West Coast with it. So it is dialed in, looking good, running good, and it's a different aspect of the whole high performance world. It's friendly.
Right.
You know, it makes performance boating easier. You know, the boat runs in excess of 100 miles an hour, so you're not giving up your speed. What you're giving up is your busted knuckles or your maintenance bills and so forth. it keeps going and gets you great fuel economy.
Right.
But it's not a tiny boat.
Right.
We did 34 foot, 10 foot beam, so it's significant.